Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nairobi Sisterhood. It's your girl Maya and I'm here with my beautiful co-host.
Ngena.
Yes. Najua tunashinanga tukiwa ghost, lakini I promise it's not our fault. I mean, it slightly is. But blame the universe and
Ruto.
yeah, at this point we are blaming him. We are blaming must go for everything.
Yeah. Zakayo.
Amefanya ile kitu. Anyway.
Because to be honest, at the end of the day, it comes down to the economy.
True.
Because if we had the resources to redo a bunch of things that we did and did not work out, we would have done them
We
sooner.
would have done them. Yeah, facts.
So yeah, Zakayo must go.
Must go is a problem. Must go is the biggest problem. Anyway, this is about to turn into a political rally, so let's not.
Yeah.
So today's topic, we're talking about things that we no longer believe in relationships, whether be it familial, friendship, relationships, romantic.
Yeah.
So let's Gina, you're gonna start us off. What do you no longer believe in? So okay, like obviously growing up and with who you are before, maybe pre-therapy, post-therapy, whatever it is, even
I feel like for
before
me it's
an
more
awakening.
just post life experiences.
Yes.
Basically, whatever at some point I believed, and then like something has happened somewhere in the middle, and I'm like, okay, maybe things don't have to be like this.
Yeah.
So my first point is that when it comes to family, that my family relationships don't need to be led by the other people. Because I'm a last born, the relationships were basically directed by what the other people would decide to do. So if my parents decided we go for lunch, we go for lunch. If my parents decided if my brother decides, or sibling, like family, I mean family, nuclear family, not extended.
Yeah.
Or like if my brother decided he will call me, then now that's when we talk, as opposed to me leading how I want that relationship and how I want the family dynamic to be. So currently, as much because I've been used to everyone is the one who's saying, Gina is just joining everyone's plan. So now I'm like, if I want to spend time with them, I will reach out and be like, I want to see you. Nimekumiss. Or if the culture is not for saying, well, sijui kama na call out hapa. But if the culture, especially in African households, it's not very often that people say, especially traditional African households, that people say, I love you.
Yeah.
But me, I'm an I love you person.
Yeah.
So I don't need to wait for them to tell me.
Yeah.
I can just tell them. Why will react? Will unajisikia kureact.
Like me, I love you is so real because me, when I tell my sure I love you, she says thank you, or she says then she katas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, kwani mimi si mtoto wako, nini endelea hapa? My mom says it back though, so that one. But then I feel like also the I love yous are very, maybe it's for me because it's such a goodbye thing in my call to my friends that it's automatic.
It's like, love you.
Automatic family. Kwanza with family it's an automatic. Hiyo hata si kitu tuna discuss. Nitakwambia hata kama utaniambia back. Haya. Nakupenda by force.
think for me it's not been automatic even in my friends and other relationships. So I'm cultivating it for myself and I am pushing it on them. So sometimes I will say it and I will notice the reaction is like,
okay, this is a bit awkward.
But then they will try and meet me where I'm at, so they'll be like, I love you too. So they be trying. And then I also notice that because I put in certain effort, like it makes it easier for them to also put in certain effort.
Okay.
So I don't need to wait for them to lead sort of how the dynamic in the family looks like.
Imagine,
just because
I'm
the last
still
born.
there. I think because the first part of that explanation, I am definitely there. Or tunaenda kufanya hii. But I think I need to change it because normally, like even when I see my nephew, other than if I purpose to visit, I only see my nephew when my sister is visiting or when I'm celebrating her, so I have to go to her house. Like it's never, we're doing something together.
Yeah.
That is outside me visiting my nephew. So I have to just be more intentional about reaching out to my family and not waiting for like the plans to meet me.
Yes,
I'm still there. I think I'm still there. Okay. Something I need to work on. My sister called me out the other day. I said, damn, nakupenda bado, ntamake time. Sinajua ni mtoto wetu. Anyway.
What is yours?
Something I am outgrowing, family related, is, so okay, in my family, we're very big on take people as they are. It's like, it's a general principle that we use even in the friends that we make, and even in the relatives that we, like as a family.
As a family in general.
In general, it's like,
I'm
trying to think. of okay, I'm always late. I don't like that. I'm always late. But my family is like, Ko is not a morning person. Like,
okay.
so they take me as I am, but you see, it's a flaw. So it's a flaw I need to work on. So if you take me as I am, I feel like you're enabling
allowing.
Yeah, it's like they're allowing me to be. You get?
Yeah.
So that's a personal one. But in real sense, the ones that I have a problem with coming from my people is like recently, oh God, this is gonna come off a bit. I don't know if this is TMI, but I had an argument in the family group with people in my family.
Okay.
And I'm tired of taking people as they are. You're not gonna come here and say, yes, just because you're stubborn or just because you're hard-headed, I can't call you out on being ignorant. If you're ignorant, you're ignorant.
Yeah.
Don't even try me. And I don't care if you're 50, 70, 90. I'm gonna call you out on your shit. I think now I am of the opinion that even if you're older than me, and even if you're my family member and I need to respect you, when you step out of line, I'm going to
you will call it out.
So I'm growing out of the, that's how they are too. Excuse me, you can be the way you are away from me.
Yeah, you don't
kind
need
of
to be
energy.
like this around me. You don't need to express your ignorance in this space
with me in it.
And if you express your ignorance, I will call it out.
Yeah,
I
and
will
you'll be
just accept
uncomfortable.
it just because you're family.
Just because you're family and just because you're older and just because, So for me, that's a meaning. Because let me tell you, in that family group thing, let me tell you, it triggered me. I was so mad at work.
Yeah.
Hata sikuwa nakula nikiongelesha mtu lunchtime. I was so mad.
Can I ask what happened? Like, what was the context?
The context was something political.
Okay.
So, of course, whatever was happening in the country was there's an amendment, constitutional amendment bill that is motion that has been tabled in Senate, and it's to extend term limits and also to extend term limits for the president, members of parliament and members of the county assembly from 5 years to 7 years, and also to discuss the role of parliament in state of emergencies. Like, there were other motions that people didn't really look at because they weren't the politically heated ones.
Yes.
But there were more other, like, kulikuwa na problematic things called the entire thing.
Yeah.
And it was just you publicly participate through either a link or sending an email. Like, sending an email to the Senate.
If this is news to you,
gosh, the deadline was yesterday. Don't come for like the deadline was Friday. But anyway, now you know.
Yeah.
And someone sent it on the group.
Okay.
It wasn't me. Someone else sent it on the group, and I said, and then they asked a genuine question for, okay, can someone do this for all of us? Like,
or can someone send the participation emails out for everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I was like, I didn't even see that part, but. I thought it was obvious that everyone in my family group is computer savvy, tech savvy. Even my grandparents can send emails. So I'm very confused what's going on. So I said, I didn't comment on that, but I just said, I assumed it was just, we're giving you information because you don't live in Kenya, but you're still Kenyans.
Yes.
And that you will act accordingly because it's just a press of a button. It's an email. It'll take you less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So someone comments on something irrelevant, like something like that thing for, why can't you like send the email yourself? It wasn't even something like, it wasn't really that. It was something, picking at something irrelevant, like grammatical or whatever.
Okay.
And I was like, you've missed the point. The message, it's like when we talk about, when I come to you and I say, I didn't like XYZ, and then you're like, you've said can, not me. You
like if I send
that.
you a text, and then if I send you a text to express how I'm feeling, and then you reply with like the asterisk for you are instead of you are,
and it's like
something.
This, are you going to address the elephant in the room? Like, are you going to address the serious thing? Are you going to say yes, I'm going to do it, or just do it? Then someone else had the audacity to write, I don't live in that country, so I don't care. Guys, I've never been so triggered in my life. I wrote a paragraph and I read him for filth. In that group. And I was like, the ignorance is really just shouting, and I don't like it. And I said, in fact, blah 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 blah, this is your home. I wrote a paragraph, an essay, guys. And then the Can-Maze person decided to comment and defend this other one, and
to defend the one who doesn't
defend the one who's ignorant, and proceed to say his point is valid.
It's not.
And I said, God,
it's not.
Oh Lord, I had to call, like, first of all, I went through the back and forth because just because you're older than me and just because you think you know does not mean utatujaribu hapo kwa group. Na tunajua, and you know the saddest thing is the silent people in the group can tell this is rubbish. But no one wants to say something. And I said, I'm not no one. Then I'm being told, just smoke a joint, just chill. I said, and now you're triggering me further.
That would trigger me.
I was triggered further.
Why is it that when I am expressing myself, you feel the need to tell me you need to calm down?
And then you want
me to accept that ignorance, but you don't want to accept my reaction to ignorance. See, we accept everything then.
Yo, I was so triggered. Anyway, so it became a whole thing. It became a whole thing, and then now people had to be like, there had to be like someone to de-escalate, because me, I was livid. And at this point, respect was out the window. Who are your elders? Non-existent. I am finishing you.
Gen Z fashion?
Yeah, nilisema grenade, tunawasha, tunawakisha, tumemaliza.
Yeah.
Anyway, then later on, I had to call like my grandma later on to just be like, this group is really just
like, your people are just you're getting on
me.
my nerves.
You know, I had to talk to the person at the top.
Yeah.
I feel like your people are stressing me.
That's hilarious. Like, I didn't have this as a point for myself. But on that note of not accepting
people for
who they are, I also, this is not generally for me, in families, with friends, even in romantic situations, I don't need to always meet you where you are. I actually don't.
Okay.
Like, I think there are times when you can. There are times when I don't know, say like today you told me you're feeling unwell.
Yeah.
So if we started like 30 minutes late, like, okay, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But if that was the same situation and then you failed to show up, and then now you expect me next time to also be here and extend the same amount of time, I'll just be like, no.
Yeah.
You get, like, there are times when you can extend grace.
Yeah.
But I also don't think I always need to meet everyone where they are all the time.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, because sometimes it becomes now to my detriment.
Yeah.
And it's like you extend so much energy that you're wondering why. But then on the other side, is this energy being extended back?
Are they noticing you're extending it?
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's
another thing.
grounds for resentment to breed. It
so
happens.
Same. Like, as you're saying, you don't need to always accept everything, even in like close relationships.
Yeah, I agree 100%. What's another thing that you no longer believe in relationships?
Okay, so another thing I no longer believe in. This is recent. This is like post-therapy, like clarity. I didn't know even that I believed this until my recent trying to introspect and grow as a person. But being single is not a punishment.
Huh? I think I'm reacting like that because I'm like, I didn't ever think it was.
That's great. I did.
Okay.
But or rather, I had internalized it like that. It's not that I was thinking in my mind, walking around thinking that I am being punished for something. But my relationship with myself, this is actually my relationship with myself. My relationship with myself was such that I believed somewhere at the back of my mind that the reason why I was single was because I haven't done XYZ, or I am not XYZ, or I haven't reached this and this level financially. I felt like I was being punished for something. And it's like, oh, when I get to this level of awakening, or when I get to this level of knowing myself and loving myself, then is when I deserve to be in this kind of romantic situation with the type of person that I want. Does that make sense?
It does.
So what I have learned is that it is not a punishment. Like, having not dated for X amount of time, I'm not being punished for anything. It's just life. It's just life.
It's a season. It's a state.
And also, if I were, and even when I was dating, it wasn't a reward for anything. It just is.
That's the one thing I always tell, not necessarily the single part, but one of my friends, I literally just told her, and she said it changed her life. Marriage is not a reward for good behavior.
The same. It's
Let's
the same
not.
principle.
There are people who you're here saying, oh, Sidri, you know, I've been like this, I've been, you know, there are people who be like, I've been celibate,
Yeah.
or I'm a virgin, I don't involve I'm a good person, I go to church, I do what, I can't believe I've not found my partner. Sweetie, marriage is not reward for good behavior. You need to stand up, wake up. Amka, utakojua. And then they get bitter or mad that the people who've been living their best lives are the ones getting married fast, and they are run through. Sweetie, marriage is marriage. It's another phase of someone's life. It's a season that they are in right now. It's a commitment they've made to someone. It's okay. Let people be. Like, kama uko single, jibambe. Kama uko in a relationship, jibambe. Be nice.
Wherever you're at,
Be nice.
it's okay.
It's okay. Sweetie, imagine it's fine. See by force.
But then on the flip side, it's also okay to want what you don't have.
And that's the thing. Wanting what you don't have is very different from feeling like the state you're in is a punishment.
Yes.
You get, like, you can still, it's okay for you to desire something without feeling resentful for where you are at.
Yeah. So now you see, for me, my unpacking was coming from, I have this desire, but then at the same time, I'm still feeling like I'm shaming myself for feeling like the reason why it hasn't happened is because of me and because of the things that are wrong with me. Not that even I can point out what these wrong things are, because by society standards, I'm a decent human being.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not perfect, but it's not... you get, like, there's not really that bad thing that I can say. Maybe you can say I'm a podcaster, that's one red flag. I don't know.
To some people it's a red flag,
and that's okay.
But it's okay. I don't have to be your cup of tea. You can be someone else's cup of tea.
This thing that I've been told, oh, you're a money lover. I'm like, what the hell else am I supposed to love?
Also, is that a bad thing?
So it's my business.
Why would you like poverty?
Yeah.
Who is out here choosing poverty for free? Poverty is the enemy.
Exactly. Oh, but also it's my business to want and to talk about money.
Yeah.
I can't not say anything about it. I can't not like it.
True.
It would be very weird if I hated money and I'm here telling people how to have a healthy relationship with it.
Money, yeah.
So anyway, obviously I know there are things that other people might criticize about me.
Yeah.
But sometimes I start criticizing other things that maybe not even those ones, because those ones don't bother me. Other things about myself.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely relearning that about relationships.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Now wait.
Something I am trying to relearn about relationships.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think romantically. So many. Maybe I won't die if I'm alone.
Oh, you won't. I feel like you might think you will.
Yeah, I think it's okay for you to be alone.
Yeah.
But that's something I need to process. I don't even think I notice it. And it's not that you're not single. Like, I am single, but I think it's that always in a fling, always in a talking stage,
like,
always
it's like, I know that single but never by yourself.
Like that one.
That.
Because I've been single and never by myself. And I'm learning that it's okay for me to be single and by myself.
Yourself.
Like, imagine by force. It's okay.
Sweetie,
it's okay.
You and me both.
And then maybe it's not even single and by yourself, because I think maybe I've been single and by myself, but my friendships and my family feel that time.
Okay.
So even more a relationship with myself. Like, it's
even
okay kukua peke yako.
Yeah.
Sweetie, kaa kwa nyumba, like, nyamaza, kaa tu kwa nothing box yako na uchio.
Go on solo dates, Han.
You know what I mean?
Why
It's
don't
okay.
you go on solo dates?
I think I've done 1 or 2 this year.
Oh my gosh.
I have done 1 or 2 this
proud,
year. So that was
before you were
nice.
like, I'm never, I
yeah,
can't sit
I
in a
know.
restaurant
Imagine
by
it's
myself.
because it feels like it's not a restaurant. I would never go to a restaurant by myself still. But it's like activities. Like, I've been to plays alone.
Okay.
Because I enjoy those ones.
Awesome, yeah.
Or what else did I do alone? I did the play alone, and then there's another solo date I went for. An event, a concert.
You went to a concert
never
by
recommend.
yourself?
Would not
Oh my
recommend. It
gosh.
was so awkward.
If this is awkward for you, the extrovert, I wonder how this would be for me.
It was so awkward. I ended up making friends, but
Wait, whose concert was this, if you don't mind me asking?
it wasn't a concert. It was oh God, I'm about to hit on this event and their podcasters, so I hope they don't come for us. The podcast
Okay, I don't
group
think
that
I
had
don't
an
think I want
event.
you to say
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah. Hey, they tried me. They tried me because why were we waiting for that long? And why was it sound so bad?
No, but
Anyway.
then maybe we should call them out because hear me out. Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that people with platforms go to places and then don't give real reviews publicly, and it doesn't give the people who are organizing the event an opportunity to recover. They don't an opportunity to do things better because you're not giving feedback publicly and accurately.
Okay.
You're here saying, oh, this event XYZ happened. You're not naming the event. You
Ah.
want them to be accountable, but you're not actually holding them accountable. So if you're going to say, I went to Nairobi Sisterhood's podcast and this happened,
I
this
didn't
and
like
this was
this.
good, this and this was not good, would I attend another show of theirs? Maybe because of XYZ, if they improved on this and this. So maybe
Okay.
you should say who they are.
we really wanted to host them on this podcast as well. But
we were to host actually one
Okay.
of them at some point, but we
Yeah.
don't know whether that's going to happen now.
okay. So I went to the Sandwich podcast live event, the last one that they had. And I had really good reviews for the past two. I think they've had two before this one,
Yeah.
the one I attended. And terrible experience, 0 out of 10.
0.
Okay, maybe 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe say, okay. If it's 10, okay, maybe 4 out of 10. Let me not be a hater.
Yeah.
So the things that worked was the deco was really nice. There was really nice booths for taking photos. The drinks were drinks in. The waiters were very walikuwa nini? What they were the service was good.
Okay.
The thing I didn't like was the seats were not enough. If you know you were gonna have more than 1,000 people, why is your sitting for 50?
Okay.
Not for 50, for 50 people.
50 people.
Like
and
the
they
sitting
had-
was for kidogo people.
Maybe
So when
it
we
wasn't a
arrived,
sitting event.
that's what I realized.
Yeah.
But also, why would you call a podcast live event and it's not a podcast?
Okay.
And you get like for me, I'm like, then say you're hosting a concert.
Say you're hosting a music
Tell
show.
me you're hosting an event like sherehe.
Yeah.
Call it what it is. But maybe I wasn't informed because when I was going, I was going because I was thinking it's a podcast event because it's a
They're a podcast hosting a live event. So
Yeah,
you're going to
you'd
watch
think a
them
live
shoot
recording
a
would be
podcast live.
a podcast live show.
Okay.
I get there and it's like they come 5 hours late because it was supposed to start at 6. They came at 10:30.
I will say we also started our live show late.
2 hours is not different. It's very different from
5. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why kulikuwa kunanyesha. Hiyo siku ilikuwa na vitu mob and then it's like a night event, so it's even you think that I feel like for me the later it became the more upset I got.
You're getting more irritated because
Yeah.
Also, like, is it 5 hours of nothing happening or like 5 hours of music
Over DJ
performances?
playing.
Okay.
Over DJ playing. And then now when they started talking, you couldn't hear anything because the echo in the room. So I was like, did you guys do a mic, like a sound check?
Yeah.
Clearly that was not happening.
Okay.
And then whatever they were talking about was very irrelevant because it was like a game show.
Oh,
And they were asking
something that
very
you said, but you're
inappropriate. They were asking very weird questions.
you feel like it was different from what their content usually is like, such that as you're going there as someone who supports their content, it was far removed from what you usually consume.
I've only listened to like a few episodes of their podcast, and the ones I listened to were because they hosted people I like Jules.
Yeah.
So the conversation was nice because I like the people
you liked the people they were
and
hosting.
even when they have their own banter, it works. I think there's usually a balance.
Yeah.
But that day, I think because it was like a game show, it ended up being very childish.
Ooh.
Like the questions are very childish. Like, why would I want to know whether you would live? I don't know. It was some of them were sexual questions. Some of them were questions you'd ask at a game,
like at a game night
with your friends drinking shots, and I would probably need to know that information. But now your audience is here. You're asking some of your audience. They're competing for like one of the co-hosts. I was like, what is going on here? Like nilitoka kwa nyumba yangu nikalipa 1,500 kuja kucheza nini. I was so done. I'm sorry, I was done.
Okay, that said, would you attend another one of their lives if they took this feedback?
If they took the feedback, yes.
Okay.
But also, I think I would attend knowing I'm going for the sherehe.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I would go knowing I'm going to get shit-faced and dance and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go thinking I'm going to see a
I think the
event.
branding of it is the one that maybe is an issue. Because if it's a podcast event and like the nature of podcasts is to talk and to entertain, but when you get there, it's less, maybe not even enough of that.
Yeah.
Very little of that. And more music and
Yeah,
sherehe.
it's like I feel like
It's okay
you
if-
misrepresented.
I get that. Like, and also it's okay if you're hosting a sherehe. Nisa, what
Imagine me
tutakuja-
just call it a
yeah,
sherehe. Me don't involve me and tell me it's not a sherehe, and then I get it's a sherehe. I was so done.
We've moved so far away from the topic of the
Guys,
day.
back. Moving back.
No, we were talking about solo dates. That's how we got
That's
here.
how I ended up on that solo
Yeah,
date.
and I think I agree with you on the point of it's okay to be alone and by yourself and do things for yourself outside of your family and friends
Yeah.
and romantic situations. Because I know I also get caught in that kind of like a trap of being, yes, I'm single, but am I really alone?
That's the question. That's the $1 million question.
And for a brief point in time, at some point this year, actually not brief, like a few months,
Yeah.
I was, alone and nothing happening. Like my phone is so dry. I can't even describe how dry
I can't
my phone
relate. I
was.
feel like I would just ninaweza toa wenye wako parole, wenye wako nini,
It's like-
blocked list out on parole just to entertain me.
So first of all, block list hakuna. You cannot recover from block list. That one from me, you can never recover from block list.
Naweza watoa tu wakuje.
Yeah, no.
Wacheze hapa tuwaone.
Absolutely not. So, like, for that moment of time where nothing, to be honest, though, it was like a traumatic experience that led me to, not traumatic, like physically traumatic,
Okay.
like an experience with someone that just made me not be willing to entertain anyone at all.
That happens.
Hata
That happens.
usinisalimie, like, don't even say on the streets. I don't want to hear that. don't me.
Release me from
I
the
had zero capacity. Anyway, for like those few months,
yeah.
best months this year, best months of my life this year.
Wow.
I had the most peaceful time.
Yeah.
And then we just had to go out and do things for the plot. Anyway.
Things for the plot. You should say, you guys, the plot. Let me tell you the plot.
The plots.
What's something else?
That people giving me attention, whichever one, friends, relationship, family, people giving me attention doesn't mean they care. You can give someone attention even if you don't care.
At fact.
Yeah, because I used to take the attention as an act of, this person is showing me they care about me. That's why they are spending time with me. That's why they are talking to me. That's why they're reaching out to me. It's not mutually inclusive. Just because you're showing up, just because you're texting me, it's not automatic that you care about me. You could be doing all these things.
You could be
because
passing
you
time.
you either you're doing that thing for you don't want to be alone and you're passing time, or two, you have seen something in me that you want, or basically you're dealing with your own things.
Yeah.
So you're not here for me really, you're here for you.
Yeah, selfish interest.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So for me, taking that as, oh, they're here because they care about me, that's first
You're
of all a bit
reworking it.
selfish and self-interest and centering myself in their lives.
Yeah.
But really, it doesn't mean anything. They're just here.
Yeah.
Consistent acts of caring that are, like, you can tell, it's not just one thing. It's consistent and it's multiple.
Yeah.
So just because you called me one day doesn't mean now you give a shit about my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I think, hey, umesema hivyo, nikakumbuka now, on like my point that ties into yours is, imagine be selfish. Like my relationship with people now is self-serving. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm no longer selflessness sasa imeisha. Nimechoka. And like I feel like it's fine for me to love my friends and to care about them and to do all these things for them or show up for them in the best way I can. But I think I've gotten to a point where, and this maybe it even as a lot in romantic relationships, is be selfish. The relationship must serve you. Because if there's something I've learned, and maybe this, of course, people will come for me and say I'm being sexist. But one thing about men,
say it. Preach.
They will
Preach.
they will serve their self-interest.
They will do what
they want.
they want.
For me, I've learned to. Hakuna mambo ya, like, if I'm in a situation, even let me tell you, even if I choose to be in a situation with someone who is toxic for me, you have to be
serving
meeting
you're meeting some needs.
You have to be meeting my needs and to the point that I want them met. For like, I listened to the last episode for Jules' podcast, and like this is like a spoiler, but like this babe is dating some married guy, and her financial needs are being met. but her emotional needs are not being met. But that's a compromise she's willing to make.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it would be so sad if she was in that relationship.
Yeah.
She can't date other people.
Yeah.
She gets no money out of it.
Yeah.
She can't even, like, she gets kids maybe if she wants, but like it's dependent on many other factors and on him wanting to get kids with her. I'm like, sweetie, if you're going to be in a situation, even if it's a casual situation, may that say, sweetie, I cannot imagine you're in a casual relationship and you're not coming. I'm not understanding.
This
you are here giving away, like not even giving away, you're there lying down on your back and you're feeling nothing. Why are you there? What is the reason? Nani amekutuma? Enda nyumbani. Funga miguu enda nyumbani.
Whoa. And then if it happens once, I usually understand you didn't know that this person was like this.
Yeah.
But then you keep doing this. They keep saying,
repeated behavior.
What are you doing at 2 a.m. and you keep going? Are you okay?
There's this, like, for me, I think the thing that taught me this, it is so weird, but like, it's I was in a casual relationship with someone and even the sex was selfish. Like, this guy was selfish from the beginning. Like, he did not want a relationship when I wanted a relationship. Okay. I said, I'll settle for the sexual relationship.
We'll have a casual
even in the sexual relationship.
Yeah, it's still selfish.
You're here telling me
doing is so
it's still selfish. And it's those ones for like, it stings for him. It's his round. It's like what?
It's when it's until he's tired.
And
it's
I'm
until
just
he's
like,
sad. It doesn't matter whether.
Because at this point I might as well be a pocket pussy. And I deleted. I said, I've amused.
But girl,
I faded into the background.
You were a body. Like, you were
literally.
I feel like in those situations, this person is not seeing Maya, the human with needs.
Yeah.
They are seeing Maya, no offense to you, but like an object that can meet my needs.
You see, and then you're there, and then I feel like that's why at the end of the whatever, not even the sex, but like interacting with him at all, you just live there feeling like, what the and it's like, you should never leave any situation, be it friendship, be it romantic, be it sexual, feeling like, what the the what the is a red flag, sweetie. The what the is your sign to run away. Keep walking and don't look back.
I agree with. We need to be more. We really need to be more.
I think that's now the part that one I'm learning, because you know, but I care for him, and then that thing for loving someone to loving you. Sorry, sweetie, release yourself. Dark times.
I feel like maybe that's a thing that I haven't learned. I can't like or love someone into loving me the way I want to be loved or liked. Even in friendships, I can't do what I want you to do for me so that you can do it for me.
It's either you're doing it or you're not.
Yeah. I can't, all the times I will check up on you will not make you check up on me if you don't want to check up on me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. And only giving if I am okay with never receiving it back. And doing it with, there's that one for being selfish, but if I'm going to do something, usually my acts are out of, I'm doing this roho moja.
Yeah.
You never do it back, it's fine. If after this, like, we break up or the friendship ends, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold this over your head. I did XYZ for you. No. And I'm going to do things because of who I am as a person.
Yeah.
If Ngina, the way Ngina is,
wants to do this.
Ngina is an I love you person. It means even if I talk to you, if I talk to any of my friends, I'll be like, love you at the end of it. If I love you, if I don't love you, you won't hear from me. I will say it, even if you're not the most verbally expressive person. So I won't change who I am because of who you are. If the situation doesn't meet my needs, it's on me to leave.
And I think maybe the message isn't change yourself and be a mean person. It's when something is not serving you and is harming you, please walk away.
Get out.
Because you're gonna come out. You know, people don't acknowledge that incidences change people. I think someone mistreating you, even in a point where you purely are loving them, really changes you as a person, because you won't be able to love the next person as purely and as effortlessly as you did that one, because you won't know what you get. Actions change people, like things, incidences and circumstances really change people. So I think you need to sit down and do your, pros and cons. Eka roho kando, sweetie, iteko kwa blender, yeke tu on the side, because at this point you're doing too much. Fanya hapo na tumia akili kidogo hii side, alafu rudi uchukue roho yako decide kama unaiweka hii side ama
Hey, like,
you know what I mean?
Let us be honest. Let us be very honest. As much as we're saying, if a situation is not serving you the way you want it to serve you, leave. It can be very hard, especially when it's serving something. So it may not be serving 100% of what you want.
Yeah.
But if it's serving 30%, it's still hard to let go of that 30%.
True.
It still takes some.
It's hard.
It takes some healing from that 30%.
True.
And even if this person does you dirty, you will still feel the 30%, and it's okay that you felt whatever it is that you are getting.
What you need to now do the math is that 30% enough?
Yeah.
Whatever you're gaining with the 30% and whatever you're losing
with whatever you're giving.
Whatever you're giving, is it proportionate? Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is that a hill you're willing to die on? You know what I mean? That's, I think, the napata tu PTSD inanigonga. You know, kwanza, it's the fact that guy that I'm telling you about resurfaced. Instead of telling me how he'd like to get to know me as a person, I said that
this is when he wants to get to know you as a person. When before you see, it's clear that at that time,
because now he's celibate, so now he wants to get to know me as a person. I said, delete my number. First of all, in fact, I even said, who are you and what have you done with person X?
Yeah. Because
are they even in the room with us?
That person should not even be having your number.
The demons are awake.
Okay. Do you have any other points?
No, you give one, and then I think I don't know. I'm not sure I have another one.
Okay. What was the topic? Things
we no longer believe in relationships.
Okay. I don't believe that my friends need to like my other friends, or I no longer believe that they need to like my other friends, or even my partner. There's that one for, if you see something in the person I'm talking to and you think it's an issue, it's okay. Like, you can point it out, be like, hey, Kina, this and this is a red flag.
Yeah.
And I will listen. Like, I will hear it. It doesn't mean that now I will act the way you want me to act, but I will hear it. And even with, the reason why I said this is, I'm a different person and I'm a different friend to all my friends.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why maybe you might not like B for B is one of our friends. Like, maybe if we had,
I like B for context.
We love her.
Yeah.
The reason why
it was just an example. Yeah.
But if you guys didn't know each other and then maybe you come to my birthday and then you're
don't
like,
vibe.
okay, you and me don't vibe. Yeah. I don't care.
I feel like I don't care. That's why I'm always mixing my friend groups.
There's a time though, I used to feel like I would feel some type of way if, like, Maya doesn't like B, so I'm like, okay, so why don't you like B? So is there something to bother wrong? Yeah, it was bothering me. And
I think it now needs to bother me. Because when someone, imagine for me, I feel like the reality has become, if someone mentioned something off about my friend, and it wasn't just one friend, they show me shaky in the end.
Ooh.
So right now I'm like, maybe they see something I can't see because I love this person and I'm too close.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I'll be listening. Like now I'm like, before hata sikuwa nasikiza, ilikuwa an issue because I fuck with you the way I fuck with you, and I fuck with you the way I fuck with you.
Yeah.
So that you guys are independent. Don't involve me. You know, even if they don't know each other.
Yeah.
But now I've learned that when someone flags something to me about someone else, maybe I need to be keen on that thing because it will come and bite me in the ass later.
Okay.
Because it might not even be a character flaw. It might just be, this is who they are, but I never think they would treat me like that until they do.
Yeah, you see, that one, for when someone flags something, that one I take it into account for sure. Like, if you were to flag something about any one of my friends, just because I won't do anything about it immediately, I will always keep it here. I will always be like, this person has been giving tendencies of being a selfish person, and that's why you don't like them, or that's why you're like, I'm not feeling their vibe because I don't know, they don't give 100% kindness, and maybe I've not seen it, but I will take it into account. But before, you would say something like that, and I would feel like I need to cut them off.
I don't know about cutting.
I would feel like, now I need to distance myself. So you see, there's not a lot of independent thinking when it came into
it's like you've been told what to do. It's like someone has told you, and then you've taken it without considering what you already know.
And it would really bother me even when I'm seeing someone and then I tell you, and maybe when you meet and then you have opinions about it, whatever opinions you have, the reason why I wouldn't even say anything about the people I'm talking to is because whatever opinions the other person has would really bother me. So I would rather not even say anything so that no one has an opinion. If I'm saying something, it's after the fact. This person is no longer in my life, so you can have an opinion at that time.
I get.
So now I'm being more comfortable with you can have an opinion and you can have an opinion and I'm okay with it even if it's negative. And I will talk about my people. And if you don't like it, Nisawa, you can point out what you don't like.
Yeah.
We move.
Okay, I get that. When we're on different knees, okay, like I agree with that one because even me, I'm influenced. But mine mostly is like relationship. If I tell you about my man and y'all are like, I'm like, even me, I'm like, we don't like you? Was something wrong?
There's that one for, if there's a reason, like usually there's that one for, why do you not see that A plus B is equals to C? There's that. And then there's this vibe.
It's a bit pink.
They're checking the vibe. Those are different things.
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
But then at the same time, because I know myself, there are times I will tell you and I'll be like, I don't want to hear your opinion. I'm just telling you for information.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I want you to know
I need
because
to know
you're my friend.
That boundary.
Like I want you to know because you're my friend. But if you say anything about this situation and this person, I'm very sensitive right now. So maybe if you have thoughts, let's talk about them another time.
Okay. That's wild. Mi nikisema tuko ready tutambue. Nimekuletea tumumalize tumtoe nguo hadi kwa asibaki kitu.
Okay. I'll tell you this. I'll just say this. Like after I left my Zen and did things for the plot a little bit, we are back to Zen. And did things for
resuming the plot. Shortly.
Yeah, we resumed. We took a break from being Zen plotted, and then now we're back to Zen. One of our friends ended up making a comment about the plot, and I remember being so triggered. I almost cast them out, and this is not even someone who actually we know each other that deeply. Like I was so triggered.
Was it about the plot or was it about you even considering the plot?
It was
the plot being the person.
Yeah. Shikanishe mbio.
Was it triggering because it was about you ever dating them? Was it a triggering thing because of the person himself? Like what was it?
It was about they said something about them, but not even at it. They didn't know them as a person. So it was just like a casual comment about, say if I was to make a comment about I don't say this maybe exact about thing. Me. No, it's not about it's about you, but it's not about you as a person.
Okay, so now saying use an example about Maya now.
Okay. So say Maya.
So let's say me and you have a relationship and then someone talks shit about me.
Say we have met, say we're in a restaurant or like we are in a public place and then another friend of mine comes and they see you and they witness like a short interaction that we are having and they're like, oh, okay, so they move on. So the next time I meet the person, they're like, and Maya seems like insert descriptive word. And Maya seems like one of these, not even at something funny, like Maya seems like one of these Nairobi girls, like something that's
it's a bit chaotic thing to see for someone you don't know.
Okay, that's a bit deep.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Ama, I say, oh, Maya seems like a snob.
Oh yeah, something like that.
And you don't know me.
Yeah, it's like Maya seems like a snob, or like the way Maya was eating was a bit different. Like something like that. Something that wasn't deep, but at the same time
it was like
wasn't
that's
also
very
false,
judgy.
though.
You didn't need to see that.
It was judgy, but it was not false. You get? It's like you say Maya seems a bit snobby, but Maya is a bit snobby. And Maya was a bit snobby on that day. But Ngina cut.
Why did you cut?
Why are you criticizing someone I'm talking to?
Why are you being sensitive? That's a triggering sentence. I nearly lost my life on this couch, guys. I'm so glad the camera is here.
Hey.
So glad the camera is here to document my murder. Zen. Take a breath, sweetie. Take a breath,
girl.
Yeah, you should have seen the eyes she gave me. Guys who are listening, girl. You've missed that.
Girl,
go to this minute on the video.
Do you love yourself? Because I love you, but I'm not above.
I know what you mean, but like anyway, no, but, okay.
But like, so you see, so like I'm trying to have a healthier relationship with my relationships and other people, like, and other people commenting on that as well. And if I'm comfortable, I am comfortable. Whatever you say should not be affecting me that much.
Yeah, but you're still a human being, and like, you'll feel some type of way. I think I'd feel some type of way if someone commented on, I know the person I'm seeing, me, I'm in the zone. You can't even make me hate him. Sorry. Try your best.
They could never make you hate him.
They could never make me hate this man.
I love that.
In public. Then he embarrasses me.
We shall come back to this discussion.
God. Anyway,
I think we can end it there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Nairobi Sisterhood. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to catch us on all the podcast platforms. Follow us on our social media at I am Gina, at Maya Mushemi, and at Nairobi Sisterhood on all platforms. With that, bye.